Is there a Jill here? Hi, Jill.
Hi, Jill.
May we ask you a question really quickly?
Hold on. I'm coming. I got a mic right here. Hi, Jill. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful, and you?
I'm great, thank you.
May I ask what you're feeling in this moment?
So this movie has many angles. So I went through a lot of emotions through different parts of it.
Yeah.
I have been married for 34 years. I have worked 40 years. Yeah. And my daughter's 31. And so I've been that working mom. I've missed those moments. I would love to go back then, but I've had to work. And then you have the devotion. You have your husband that you love, and you have your child that you love. So where's that balance that you divide your time and that energy? Because you want to give them both the best, but you can't.
Yes. It's a very important and universal question, Jill. And I'd love to ask these two intelligent, brilliant women who have put out something that's a roadmap for us all. It's like there was no map before, and none of us have all the answers, I know that, but some people have some insights that I marvel at, and you guys are that. So any advice on how we do this?
Well, I can only speak for me. I talk to my 14-year-old a lot about me working and the commitment that I make to my work and the time that it takes away from her. And what I have realized is that she enjoys seeing me be productive. Like, it gives her something to strive for in her life. So I try to think about that.
I also think you've got to just forgive yourself, too, because I think we all feel like we're not doing enough. As I was at our screening last night, my child was going through something, and I felt this pull to be home with him versus be where we are in our work. And I think that pull is gut-wrenching, and I just don't know that it's ever going to go away. But somehow, if we can forgive ourselves and give ourselves some grace, the way we would a best friend, the way you would say to your best friend, you're doing the best job you can.
I think it's a question that you represent, Jill, that most partners have, most fathers, most husbands. Like, you know, how are you going to split your time, attention, devotion, patience? I'm not sure if I personally see any way out of dividing the pie. And will that be okay? Will your partner be able to support the fact that you are all of the sudden a little less than whole? You're not the same couple that you were when you didn't have kids.
Yeah. Thank you. Because life's hard.
Yes.
So we just keep going.
Yes. And so worth it. No matter how bad it gets, there's nowhere else I'd rather be than here, dealing with this, trying to figure it out. Rossi, you have another question in the audience. Thank you, Jill.
Thank you, Jill. Yeah, we want to talk to Sandra over here. Hi, how are you? Hi, stand up here and say hi to everybody. I love being around all these moms.
Well, thank you.
What's your question?
My question is, what can we do for new mothers and mothers so they don't feel so isolated?
One thing, Sandra, that really hit me was I felt so alone. I had the two babies. I wasn't, working. I tried. I thought, if I'm just going to give it my all with these kids. But stay-at-home moms have the hardest job on planet Earth, period. The hardest. And this film is such a love letter to that. Yeah. And sometimes it's a choice, and sometimes there's no choice in it. And then when I got into preschool, I met this group of moms. And it's 6 of us, and they changed my life.
Yeah.
And
your pack. They're
my pack. And once I found just a few people that I could talk about things with, it was the first time my loneliness was cured.
Yeah.
And so if we can just push ourselves to get out there more.
Because you need other women who you can, or you need other parents who you can share stories with, who you can text in the middle of the night and be like, my kid has a rash. What do you think this is? Or this is what I'm feeling in my body and this is what I'm experiencing, or these are the ugly thoughts I'm having, and you need people who won't judge you. And
100%. And you think you know all these people, and weirdly, if they're not where your kids are at age-wise, or they're not close enough that you don't want to bother them in the middle of the night. I found myself in chat rooms. Like, I went everywhere to find guidance and community, and it was hard. Did you have a good community?
I have two sisters that were super helpful. And they had both had children, so that was really great that I could call them and reach out to them with my questions. But my friendships changed a lot because I was the first one in my friend group to have a kid. And so it just changed it just changed my friend group. And that was, I felt so isolated and so confused, you know, so.
How many siblings do you have?
I'm one of 7.
You're one of 7?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
my
one of 7,
goodness.
yeah. So,
How the hell did your mom do it?
I mean, she went Nightbitch she went.
Speaking of bitches, I think there are a couple puppies here. Is there puppies here?
oh my gosh.